Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Last Minute Crash Course. How you doing, family? Arian Ali back in full effect. You know, with some more righteous rhetoric. Things like that. Savior's Day weekend. Happy Savior's Day, beloved. Assalamu alaikum to the believers. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. When we make these videos, I try to stay within 60 minutes. Like I say, I'll be on the hourglass. But I'm going to try to condense it even less today. And what I want to do, beloved, is I want to start with a soundbite from the minister. It's just a couple minutes. And by the minister, I mean the most honorable minister, Louis Farrakhan. Inshallah, bear with me.
You're making terrible children.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're too weak to discipline them.
Listen.
You say you love your children. You're a liar. You love yourself. And you want your children to love you, but you don't want to act like a real parent. You think there's something wrong with busting your child's behind.
Uh-oh.
And if somebody else busts your child's butt, who told you? You ain't got no bit hitting on my child.
Excuse me.
The behind is made of a pretty good substance. It'll hold up. A behind will hold up. Try it.
Sir.
Let me tell you something. I beat the hell out of mine. My mother didn't spare no rod where I was concerned. I was scared of that woman. I didn't have no father, so she had to be both, and she was good being both. She stepped in, and I'm talking about a woman that didn't take no foolishness. You can't be the woman that God wants and be some old weak jive time mother that is afraid of your own damn children and won't discipline your children.
We just getting warmed up, familia, in the name of Allah.
You're the teacher, woman. Then damn it, get busy and start teaching. But how can they know except they have a teacher? And many of you are so ignorant, nobody has taught you. So you don't really know how to teach your own children. And you refuse to get in a class.
A what?
Where you can be taught.
A class?
You know how to paint your face and your lips and make yourself sweet upper and lower. But I'll be damned if you know what to do for a child and what to do for a man. You don't know and you refuse to be taught.
Talk to him, Father. Oh, yeah, it's like that. Some of y'all don't, y'all don't quote the minister when he talk like this. We gonna straighten it out today, inshallah.
The Bible says the beginning of wisdom is the love of God. What is the beginning of wisdom?
Fear.
It is the fear of God. Why should wisdom start with fear and not love?
Good question, Father. Oh, yeah, it's like that.
See, love is not as constant as fear.
If you didn't know.
When you're afraid of something, you stay that way. When you love something, you love it today, don't love it tomorrow. But what you afraid of, damn it, you afraid of it today, afraid of it tomorrow,
afraid of it the next day. Oh, okay. Oh, alright. Oh, alright.
I, I don't want my children to be afraid of me. That's wrong that the children should be afraid. That's why you ain't got nothing good. But the white man made a good nigga out of you.
Huh?
I say it again. He made a good nigga out of you because he made you scared of him and you're afraid of him right to this moment.
In real time. Oh yeah, it's like that.
We have it in our lessons. He put fear in them when they were little babies. Why do they fear now that they're big men? Because he taught them to eat the wrong kind of food. It is only when fear is present that you can train a child. Not when love is present, but when fear is present.
I know some of y'all soft folks ain't gonna like
These
this.
so-called masters of training can train a lion to act like a pussycat. Train a big elephant to sit around and roll around on the damn ball. Train whales and seals and don't know how to train a human being?
Talk to him. Oh, we just getting warmed up. I'm quite sure you heard about that.
Excuse me. Let me tell you something.
Oh yeah, it's like that.
When the white man wanted to make you a nigger,
Who?
he knew he had to put fear in you for him. And after he made us afraid, he could train us to be his boys.
His who? Oh, alright.
And right now, you are afraid to disobey him. You don't care nothing about God.
Huh?
Because your God is the white man.
Uh-oh. Your God is the white man? Say it ain't so.
Most of you are like that. If you're not like that, son, you come into the world at a different time and got a different idea in your head because somebody been teaching you.
At ease. That part.
But the majority of our people, they're scared. Scared to think like men. Scared to walk like a man. Scared to want to take control like a man. The only person you can beat is your woman.
Who?
And now she's losing fear and beating the hell out of you.
Oh yeah, it's like that.
Well, I don't think it's right for the children to fear their mama, fear their daddy. I beg your pardon. You're not afraid of their person. You love your parents. I loved my mother. I wasn't afraid of the way she looked. I was afraid of displeasing her because of the wrath that would come down on my backside. That's what I was afraid of. And because she handled that strap so well, she didn't have to show it to me too often. I understood. Yes, ma'am. Then my mother could train me up in the way that I should go, so that when I got older, I would not depart from that way. I don't say any of us should abuse our children in the name of spanking. Abuse is abuse.
Say that.
And we're not to abuse our children, but you're not abusing them by caressing the behind.
Say that.
With a stick.
Y'all remember get the switch. Don't play with me. Oh yeah, it's like that.
Well, I don't know. See, I'm a modern mother. That's your problem.
Yo, God ain't modern.
You let the world train you. and you deny the guidance of God in the books of God, but yet you claim to be a good Christian.
I think we're going to go ahead and leave it there for now. Once again, assalamu alaikum, familia. Once again, it's Arion Ali back in full effect. As you know, I got to get my mood music going, so let's get into it. Today's subject is she loves to love on her terms. She loves to love, ... on her terms. Now, we going to be brief and keep it short and sweet. Inshallah. That means Allah willing, and I believe Allah is more than willing. So let's get into it. You know, there's a lot of talking points that people parrot out here. I'm not on social media. I got on social media in like 2017. I shut it down in 2019, the year I got married. Between getting married, between them blackballing the minister, between Nipsey Hussle getting killed and all of the nonsense narratives that people was getting caught up with about that brother. When those of us that's really on the grassroots, we shed tears for Nipsey Hussle, real talk. I still cry for brothers like him and the brothers that we losing yet and still every single day and the brothers we was losing before him. But we gonna stick to the subject and the matter at hand. She loves to love on her terms. What do you mean, Arion? As I was saying about social media, people have all these same talking points. Are you in a relationship? Oh, it's complicated. Because you heard the last 30,000 fools say it, so now you're repeating it. You're mimicking what these idiots have said. You heard Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. Oh, I was in an entanglement. Now you in an entanglement. You just want people to look at you like you somebody. So, we gonna go after this thing because another talking point on social media is she loves to love. She loves to love. Now, on one hand, I agree with this. Because you see, women thrive more so off of love. They want respect, but they need love. Men need respect, but want love. So, a man, yeah, we want love, we need love, but we demand and command respect if you're any man at all. It's not up for debate, discussion, negotiation, nor compromise. You demand and command respect if you are indeed a true man. On the flip side of the coin, women, they more so want and need love. They want respect, they need respect, but not the way us men need it. So, on one hand, I do agree, she loves to love. She loves to love, she loves to be loved. But in this toxic, sick society, this sin-sick society, where transgressing universal law is the nature and the order of the day, she loves to love on her terms most times, in most cases. She's not really... Maybe she is looking for, but she don't know where to look for a pure, unadulterated, unconditional love. What type of love did she see her father give to her mother? You gotta ask yourself this, black man. I know we get lonely. I know we were made to be social beings. I know we were made naturally to run towards the woman, brother. You were made to run towards the woman. But make sure you run into the right woman. Because it might glitter, but is it golden? So you got to ask yourself that as I ask myself that. We must be found doing the soul search and the research. Now, when I speak, I'm not speaking in absolutes, family. There are a group of women, like there's a group of brothers, who are striving for righteousness, who are moving forward to represent the highest level of consciousness. This is true. Men and women, brothers and sisters alike, there is a populace or a demographic of us that this is our description. But there are those who are not striving to be conscious. They striving to keep up with the Joneses. They striving to keep up with the clowns on Love and Hip Hop. You know, them clowns on that show that really don't have no love for hip hop. but they get whatever they get an episode to promote black dysfunction. Shame on them. Shame on their handlers who cut the check, and shame on you for perpetuating it, and you the reason why they on their 10th season or something like that. Yeah, you probably was sitting there cringing and shaking when I was playing Farrakhan, but let me have played some love and hip hop, stupido. You would have been tuned in. You would have been all the way tapped in. See, we tired of you. Now, as I said, we gonna be brief, short and sweet, inshallah. So let's remain steadfast and focus on the subject at hand. She loves to love on her terms. So basically, that means that in a lot of instances, our women, our sisters, their love comes with a set of conditions. Meaning, if you're willing to tolerate, in some instances, the intolerable, knowing that men wouldn't deal with this foolishness out here. But if you're willing to deal with it, then I'll love you. That's conditions. If you're willing to accept my children, even though I don't accept your children, I'll love you. That's conditions. If you hear and obey me without demanding and commanding that I thus hear and obey you, sister, this is the mentality of a lot of sisters, then she'll love you conditionally. See, that's her loving to love, but as soon as you offend her or give her some constructive criticism, in a lot of instances, she will fold. Can we be honest? As I always say, we must tell the truth and shame the devil, you know. So with that being the case, don't ever get it confused. Yeah, sisters love to love. Yeah, women in general love to love. But a lot of times their love is lacking because it comes with a set of terms and conditions. Huh? They want to give you an invoice, but they don't want to give you a receipt. What's an invoice? An invoice is showing what you owe. What's a receipt? A receipt is showing that which you've already paid. They want to show the invoice of what they feel or deem you owe, but they don't want to show the receipts of what you've already contributed. If you understand what I'm trying to say and convey. See, again, we're going to try to be brief. Brothers, sisters, stop coming into these situations, whether it's an intimate relationship or how you relate to your kindred, your family, your relatives, the people in your community, your fellow man, your fellow woman, your fellow brother and sister, your children, your elders, the people you conduct business with, the people in the conscious community who you claim to be of sound and like mind and one accord with. Be careful of the terms and the conditions that you place on your brother and your sister. In particular, sisters. Because any criticism of women, can we be honest, y'all don't particularly accept it. We live in a world where Oprah Winfrey and Ricky Lake and whoever else been criticizing and condemning men since I was a little boy, since I was my son's age and younger. He's 5, about to be 6 in about 2 months, a little less than 2 months. Yeah, all praises due to Allah for that, by the way. But as I was saying, y'all been subscribing to this. A lot of these Tyler Perry films, you know, the Waiting to Exhale movies, you know, The Color Purple and all of this. We were raised to look at men as something undesirable. Men, we've been treated low-key like a guilty pleasure. Can we be honest? They talk about women being objectified and sexualized. What about this Mandingo label that's been put on us black men? Huh? Where all you good for is the 2 F's. Fighting, and the other one rhymes with sucking. Huh? Use your imagination. I don't want YouTube to flag this video, and I know that the youth will be watching. If they're not watching now, they will be tuned in the future, mark my words. So I don't want to bombard them with too much vulgarity, but I will tell the unadulterated truth. Sister, a lot of times your love comes with conditions. You've been out here sexually explicit, sexually deviant, sexually unacceptable for the past 20 years. 5, 10, 15, 20 years or more. Now that you've, as the term goes, here goes another one of those talking points, hit the wall. Oh yeah, that wall is very unforgiving when you crash out like a crash dummy. That wall is very unforgiving. And now that you got all these bodies on your belt, you got all of these miles on your dashboard, you got well over 300,000 miles on your dashboard, Queen, can we be honest? Baby daddies in different states. Stop playing with me. But you want to come up with all these terms and conditions as to how you are and are not going to love a man? You clearly have no intentions, those of you who fit this description now. Because queens mean everything. But a broad to be your downfall. So to the queens out there, if you really a queen, straighten your crown out. Make sure your makeup and your lipstick is not running. And go check your sister. Huh? Or do you want to be the only queen in the castle, in the palace? Or do you want for your sister what you want for yourself? Because you don't love the creator until you want for your brother and your sister what you want for yourself. So brother, if I'm a king, I got to encourage you to be a king also. Sister, if you are a queen, you got to encourage her to be a queen also. Otherwise, you're not a queen. I'm a true king producing new kings, starting with my son El Muta Ali, Alhamdulillah. That means all praise is due to Allah. So sister, if you want unconditional love, if you want that fairy tale love, if you want to be Princess Jasmine, then you got to accept Prince Ali and Aladdin. Don't get it confused. Huh? With your overly expensive, entitled behind. Stop it, I say. Stop it, I say. Because when we really put you under the microscope, in most cases, a lot of y'all are undeserving of what it is that you say you want, need, deserve, or worthy of, and thus require from a man. Can we be honest? How you been a woman thou art loose for over a decade, going on 2 decades? You've been out here running around like a Jezebel. You've been out here snatching souls of alpha males and being a whole man-eater out here. But you want a man to be 7 feet tall, 0 body fat, FICA score of 750, 3 jobs and 5 side hustles. He don't sleep. He make the food because in most cases you too lazy to cook. Or you feel it's not your duty to cook. You want all this gender fluidity on your terms though. Because when men stand up and say, okay, you want all this equality? You want all this 50-50? Then okay, I'm going to need you to take on some of the manly duties. Y'all don't like that. And as a man, you shouldn't expect your woman to be out there changing tires, pumping gas, fixing the hole on the roof, fixing the leak in the basement. As men, this is what we need to be found doing. And anybody that knows me knows on any given day, I've been found doing this, whether I was a bachelor or whether I was married. I've always stood firmly for the past few years. Matter of fact, since my son has been born, can we be honest? I've been my own boss and my own landlord. Now, have I gone through transitions? Oh, yeah. Have I gone through growing pains? Oh, yeah. You know, do you sometimes gotta endure a minor setback for a major comeback, as they say? Oh, yeah, you better believe it. But I've stood firmly on my square, unwaveringly. And those that know me will bear witness, and above all, Allah is sufficient as a witness for me. See, as men, when we out here in the market, we know the sister probably got children, so I'ma have to take the package deal. It's men that meet women. The man don't have no children now. He's not even a biological father, but he's signing up willingly to be a stepfather. Some of you sisters don't even consider this because you have a false sense of entitlement. Just like a lot of you have a false sense of royalty and regalia. Because again, if you're not striving to be the best version of yourself, if you're not raising your children Like the minister said, you know how to make yourself sweet upper and lower, sister. But do you know what to do for a child and what to do for a man? See, a lot of you sisters, can we be honest? Y'all want to be Bonnie and Clyde. Y'all don't want to be Malcolm and Betty. Uh-oh. What you say, Mr. Ali? I said they want to be Bonnie and Clyde, bruh. They're not trying to be Malcolm and Betty. Yeah, they want to be Joker and Harley Quinn, not Malcolm and Coretta. She don't want to be the first lady. She want to be Marilyn Monroe. She want to sing happy birthday, Mr. President, like a floozy. But she wants all the benefits of being a man's wife, a child's mother, and the divine feminine reflection of leadership. Because that's what the first lady is. Oh yeah, it's like that. And coming up soon, very soon, in the very near future, I'm going to do another video. Because see, when I do these videos addressing the sisters, I'm going to always balance it out and double back for the brothers. Because it starts with us, the leadership, the building, being the vanguard, destroying what needs to be obliterated, uprooting that which needs to be, removed from our garden, from our circumference. You understand that? So I'm going to do a video for all of you simps out there, and I'm calling you just what you are, who think that polygyny is pimping. Some of y'all don't know the difference between polygyny, polygamy, and polyandry. All you know is you want more than one wife because you want to switch up your sexual options. You trying to be Hugh Hefner. Can we be honest? That's your real fantasy. And I'm not even going to get too deep into that because like I said, when I double back on that subject, I want you brothers to have the same energy. But today, happy Savior's Day, sister. Queens mean everything but a broad to be your downfall. Don't walk around with this false sense of entitlement as though you deserve the sun, moon, and the stars, and that man deserved the leftovers and the hand-me-downs. Who are you, and how dare you think more of yourself than you should, and less of us than you should? If this applies to you. Now, to the sister that love their men because they love themselves, shout out to you. To the women who remember what it was like to be a child and engulfed in feminism and they want to reverse the curse and break the chain, now they're mothers and they're not poisoning their sons and daughters with that nonsense, shout out to you. To the queens that know how to love unconditionally, whether it's your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your children, your man, whoever, your pastor, whoever you subscribe to and claim to love. Shout out to those of you that know how to love without a list of terms and conditions. You damn near gotta read the fine print when you talk to these sisters. And sisters can be so indecisive, the fine print is liable to change. They call that moving the goalpost. They call that double standards. They call that what's good for the goose is not good for the gander, but yet they claim to want all this gender fluidity when it's convenient for them. They want to be 50-50 when it's convenient for her. She loves to love, all right, as long as it's on her terms. Sisters do not get married in certain instances now. Like I said, shout out to the real queens out there and goddesses and earths and all of that. But we got to tell the truth and shame the devil because all y'all don't represent that black womb of God. You just don't. So in a lot of instances, our sisters do not want to love you unconditionally, but they want you to love them unconditionally. How does this work? I mean, I need somebody to explain. How does this work? See, this is why I subscribe to the teachings in the Nation of Islam. Because our sisters are taught all of these little intricacies, all of the fine details that will make for smoother relationships between a man and his woman. You know? But you gotta love Allah You gotta love yourself in the way Allah made you. You gotta recognize God, Allah, and other human beings, and then want for your brother and sister what you want for yourself. Some of y'all sisters don't want no wifely duties, just like some of these so-called men or husbands don't want no husbandry duties and tasks. But they want to be like, I's married now, and just flash their ring around and all of that garbage. You need to go hop in the trash can with Oscar. Try that. That's where you belong. Try jumping in the trash with Oscar the Grouch in the middle of the winter. And if you survive to the spring, then maybe you's a queen. Maybe you like Hagar that was out there in the wilderness. Huh? Some of y'all know about Hagar in the Bible. That was Abraham's handmaiden. I don't want to say baby mama, but y'all know what it is. Some of y'all up against that same plight right now. Yeah. And to all of you brothers out there who think, and like I said, I ain't gonna get all into it today, but you think that having all of these wives is gonna be some type of fun adventure, bro. It's not. For the average man, that would be a burden. I can't wait to get into that video. Oh, that's coming very soon. Polygyny versus pimping. But today, sister, this one's for you. If you know how to love unconditionally, if you know how to not be hypocritical and full of contradictions and how you display your love and intimacy, shout out to you. Assalamu alaikum. We love you. We need you. We appreciate you. We respect and adore you forevermore. But if I'm describing you and you already know what it do, don't tell me to lighten up. I suggest you tighten up. Because your days is numbered. Your time is up. Your time is finished. I don't know how y'all think y'all just gonna run around destroying lives. Huh? These women out here, man, some of them, with their sexual deviance. You could have a woman who has children now with multiple men. She wants you to give her a pass because it's always an exception to the rule and she's always it. So she was in love, she was young, she was hurt, she didn't know if she knew then what she knew now, and you know. And it's always a brother like, it's cool, sister, I love you, you a queen, I'ma love them babies. But what about when it's time for you to show reciprocity, sister? Your love comes with conditions. That's what happens when it comes time for reciprocity. There is none. You don't reciprocate because you love to love on your terms. So do you really love to love? You don't love yourself. A lot of y'all don't even like yourself. Why you think they change their hairstyles every 21 days? Why you think they walk around with 5 pounds of makeup on their face on any given day like she about to go sit front row at the award show? Like she about to go to the inauguration and take a picture with the president. I mean, Pac said it best. Fake hair, fake nails, fake eyes too. So boo, you bound up with fake guys too. I had to censor myself, but I'm sure you picked up on it. Yeah, that's you. Fake from head to toe. Synthetic from the inside out. But you want a man to show up like the naked truth and love you, flaws and all. Who are you, Beyonce? So you want to be loved, flaws and all, but you won't overlook your man's flaws. And then some of y'all, sisters and brothers, you pick low-hanging fruit. Why do you pick low-hanging fruit? Because they're not going to require you to be the best version of yourself. Can we be honest? If you're running around with a scumbag, or a scrub, or a floozy, or a loose woman, somebody that's not godly, they're not gonna expect you to be godly. In fact, if you too godly, you might turn them off. You start hearing stuff like, I ain't in the mood for that right now. Well, why you gotta listen to all that pro-black stuff? Because I am this. Men and women do it. But you chose that, sister. or brother, because this one is for the ladies, this one is for the queens, this one is for the sisters. You chose that brother knowing that he was on a revolutionary time, knowing he was a spiritual being, knowing he had a higher calling, knowing that you were on a journey, and according to you, you were tired of shallow and superficial males, and then you found a real man, and now you're failing to appreciate that man because you only love to love on your terms. As soon as he challenge you or give you some constructive criticism or say, hey, sweetheart, you know it's a better way, a more practical way, an easier way, a more sensible way to go about what you're doing, you're going to defy him. Why? Because your mama taught you to do it, whether directly or indirectly. Oprah Winfrey taught you to do it. Beyonce been singing about being an independent woman all these years, and now that we're getting up in age, it's pro-black. It's black is beautiful. It's black is king. But 20 years ago, it was pay all my bills. 20 years ago, it was bugaboo. Huh? Come on, man. See, we gotta tell the truth today. A lot of y'all jumping on the bandwagon because y'all know y'all time is up. And the woke market is a $44 billion industry. Yeah. The woke market is a $44 billion industry. Because guess what, Negro? We still don't produce no incense. You don't make no body oils. You don't produce your own shea butter. You don't produce cocoa butter, coconut oil. You ain't making dashikis. You ain't making kufis. You ain't making head wraps and head dresses for the sisters. And those of you sisters that can sew, you don't want to. I know sisters that got sewing machines in their house sitting there collecting dust, but she broke. I mean, just think. Some things when you just look at it from a practical standpoint, you can see how foolish this is. We've been holding ourselves back. And either y'all want to use the white man as a scapegoat, or you want to blame your fellow kindred, brother or sister, for holding you back. You holding yourself back. The devil been a liar. So sister, if you want unconditional love, learn how to spell it, learn how to define it, learn how to use it in a sentence, why don't you? Since you want unconditional love. Your loves can't come with terms and conditions front and back like these pages that I take my notes on because I want to sit down with something of substance to say. Even though I'm coming off the top of the head, I want to prepare a little bit in the name of Allah. Y'all got a contract a mile long for brothers. You want them to jump through hoops like a circus lion on command, roll over like a pussycat on command, but then turn into Simba and Mufasa and roar at the jungle upon your request. At your command, it don't work like that. The same thing that make you laugh, make you cry. Alpha is alpha is alpha. Meaning when I'm in a circle of men, I'm alpha. I'm alpha because they're going to look to see what Arion has to say. They're going to follow Arion's lead. That's alpha. And alpha is the leader of the pack. Your same sex, your same gender. So if you an alpha female, you don't prove it by bucking up at me, sister. That's not how you prove your alpha womanhood. Same with brothers. If you an alpha male brother, you are alpha in a circle of men. Not when you can bully your woman, bruh. That don't make you alpha. Okay? You might really be omega. Cut it out. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all. I'm getting a little warm. So what I'm gonna do is take my hoodie off. You dig? Similar to yesterday, we did a video, you know, not even a full 24 hours ago, where I spoke about truth being the highest level of game, and I'm back like I never left with more truth. Sister, we love you. Brothers such as myself, we love you unconditionally. Unconditionally. But when y'all pick us, or however it go, no, we really pick y'all and y'all choose us, right?